Hello students, today you will be taking your selection test on two selections. Thank you ma'am and a police stop changed this teenager's life. I am going to read the questions and answer choices to you. I will only leave a few seconds between each question, so you will need to click pause so that you can answer each question carefully. If you need to hear a question or answer choice again, you can adjust the video accordingly and play each question and answer choice as often as you need. Remember to close all unnecessary tabs and mute your tab for our meet so that you can concentrate on your test. Don't forget to use your book. Good luck, kiddos. Let's begin. Question number 1. After getting Roger to her home in Thank You, Ma'am, how does Mrs. Jones show that she trusts Roger? She asks him to wash his face. She tells him her full name and address. She tells the neighbors to keep their doors open. She leaves out her purse when she makes dinner. Press pause to answer your question. And thank you, ma'am. What two words best describe Mrs. Jones? Remember to select two answers. Dismissive, generous, mean, rich, outspoken. Press pause to answer your question. Number 3. And thank you, ma'am. Why does Roger decide to wash his face rather than run away in paragraph 25? He wants her to give him dinner. He wants her to think well of him. He is afraid that she will call the police. He is waiting for a chance to steal her purse. Press pause to answer your question. Number 4. What is the meaning of the prefix miss in mistrusted in paragraph 38 of Thank You, Ma'am? Equally so, lack of, too much, without cause. Press pause to answer your question. This is one of your essay questions. Why does Roger say only "Thank you, ma'am" to Mrs. Jones at the end of the story? What else do you think he wants to say? Use details from the text to support your answer. Keep in mind, kiddos, there are 3 things that they're asking here. Why does he say only "Thank you, ma'am" to Mrs. Jones at the end of the story? That's one thing you have to answer. What else do you think he wants to say? That's a second thing to answer. And you're going to answer it using details from the text to support your answer. So this definitely should be more than 2 or 3 sentences. Press pause to answer your question. Number 6. Based on the first meeting between Officer Keffer and Jordan Duncan in A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, the reader can conclude that Officer Keffer was concerned about Duncan. Officer Keffer thought he recognized Duncan. Duncan was looking for someone to help him. Duncan had been in trouble with the law before. Press pause to answer your question. The author organizes paragraph 6 in A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life by explaining the route Duncan took to work, describing Duncan's problem and solution, giving examples of ways Duncan got to work, comparing the difference between walking and driving. Press pause to answer your question. Which words in paragraph 6 of A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life help the reader understand what burdening means? Timing belt and valve engine valve? Got a few rides? A lot of people's time? Never told his parents. Press pause to answer your question. Read the sentence. After graduating from high school, Jordan Duncan got a job at a Proform Laboratories in Benicia, California. What is the correct way to write this sentence? After graduating from high school, comma, Jordan Duncan got a job at Proform Laboratories in Benicia, comma, California. After graduating from high school, Jordan Duncan got a job at Proform Laboratories in Benicia, comma, California. After graduating from high school, comma, Jordan Duncan got a job at Proform Laboratories in Benicia, California. After graduating from high school, comma, Jordan Duncan got a job at Proform Laboratories in Benicia, California. Press pause to answer your question. Read the sentence. Thank you, said the young man. I wasn't expecting a bike. How should this sentence be punctuated? Open quotes. Thank you, comma, said the young man, period. Close quotes. Open quotes. I wasn't expecting a bike, exclamation point. Open quotes. Thank you, comma, said the young man. I wasn't expecting a bike, exclamation point. Open quotes. Thank you, close quotes, comma, said the young man. I wasn't open quotes. I wasn't expecting a bike, close quotes, punctuation. Open quotes. Thank you, comma, close quotes, said the young man. Open quotes. I wasn't expecting a bike, exclamation point, close quotes. Press pause to answer your question. Select the radio buttons to show whether the statement is a lesson from Thank You, Ma'am, A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, or both. Gifts sometimes come from surprising places. Do we see this in Thank You, Ma'am? A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, or both? Hard work and persistence often pay off. Do we see this in Thank You, Ma'am? A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, or both? People often come together to support a good cause. Do we see this in Thank You, Ma'am? A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, or both? Temptation can sometimes lead people to do bad things. Do we see this in Thank You, Ma'am? A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, or both? Lessons can sometimes be taught through forgiveness and trust. Do we see this in Thank You, Ma'am? A Police Stop Changed This Teenager's Life, or both? Press pause to answer this correctly. Okay, this is our last essay question. Both selections begin with a chance meeting between two people. How are the events in these two selections similar? How are they different? Use details from both selections to support your answer. So you remember, you're answering several things. First of all, how are these events in the two selections similar? How are the events different? And you are going to use details from both selections to support this response. Press pause to answer your question. Remember, you can go back and repeat any questions you need to go over. Good luck, guys.